because the next thing is the Sabbath and Great Tribulation. Now, why is that important? If the kingdom begins on Tammuz 1, and you count forward 1,230 days, this would be the 1290 moment. You count forward from a dawn, 1,230 days, you arrive at a Friday dawn. But only if you count from Tammuz, and only if you count from a Sunday. You can just keep on going through winter. There's no possible way it will ever work unless it's Tammuz, and it's Tammuz this year. This is crucial. And 1,290 more days after that Sunday, after that Friday, is going to get you back to a Sunday for when people are weeping with for Tammuz on the first day of the millennium. I never could get to how. I knew God was going to resolve this by math. And there's one more big math thing we're going to learn here in a bit. But this is powerful. An honest reading of Scripture in Matthew 24, I would say, as God's servant trying to do his best up here, demands a Tammuz start. And in the year 2024. Because a Sunday Tammuz 1 is required for this. So you need 2024, which lines up with the 2,000 years from Christ, 7 years before you'd start another 1,000 years. It's math. Was God playing with us? Was he just playing with our heads when he said, pray that your flight isn't on the Sabbath? Or did he mean it? I could never figure out which year it came. While far from the only proof, this may be the most powerful proof of month and year in the Bible. In 2025, all of that math just vanishes. Poof. Even if you got to Tammuz 1. So when you say midst of the years, you have to mean, no wonder it was so hard to figure out, you have to mean the midst of three kinds of years, where God is triangulating a date, and that brings you to Tammuz 1. That is blown out of the water in any year where you're not somewhere near July 1st. Either way, prophesying or inspired preaching would seem to add credence to Tammuz. I mean, you judge what you think my words are. What I cannot do is read a verse that says, that's what I can't do. I mean, I gave you all these points from the other day. Here's what I can give you. This is Thursday's sermon right here, 2 pages. All those points, all that material. And then here are the 2 sermons today, all of this material. And we're still going to go over a real interesting list right here. But I can give you all of that. But here's what I cannot do. Here's what I cannot do. I cannot read a verse that says the 7-year kingdom to Israel will arrive on the new moon of the 4th month Tammuz. If I could do that, everybody who ever lived would know. I can't do that. You have to decide whether all of this is sufficient. Could I have missed something over the last month plus of examining Tammuz? It would have to be so big, so massive, so Everest-like, so titanic, that it can outweigh all of this. That's all I can say. I had settled Tammuz 1 in mid-May, but then turned to Pentecost for reasons we all know. Because of the last about 55 points, Tammuz 1 appears to fit the date that cannot delay. There's some date that can't delay. But you got to be your own judge. I mean, you're supposed to be looking at the facts and ask yourself, what do I believe? Not what did Mr. Pack say? I'm going to hide behind him.